because I go to college now. I'm back home. So we get to take maintenance on the 5-gallon Blackwater aquarium. I did leave instructions when I left, but you can't really hold anyone who's not an aquarist responsible for your aquariums. Just because it's a lot more than checklist, it's more nuanced than that. It definitely needs some work. This time we also have a fun challenge because of the cold New York upstate air, the freezing 20-mile-per-hour winds, and my inability to remember gloves, as well as the lack of any good lotion. My hands are kind of split open, which is not ideal for sticking into a microbiome of aquatic water because you don't want to, contract any variety of deadly diseases. Let's start off with the good news. The good news is this pothos is actually doing okay. There's a few limbs that, aren't doing great. More good news, this caladium survived the dying season, and it's still going. We've got a good amount of detritus cup, which is always great to see. And this caladium apparently did not go through a dying stage. I'm growing this one in water. I think you can see a previous aquarium video to see how exactly this one's growing. My original plan was to have it eventually grow into here, into the back. We'll see how that goes. It probably won't happen soon, or ever with this tank, because we're still dealing with water level issues being disproportionate. That mostly has to do with how easy water can go through that hole. It gets clogged a little too easy. The most glaring issue is, I think, the bamboo. It has a ton of roots down there. I'm not too excited about taking it out. We might just cut it there. I don't know if it's actually going to do anything. And then try to grow a new one from this green part. I don't know if there's enough to do that, but that'll be part of this maintenance. And then overall, the tank has a greenish hue to it. There's a lot of filamentous, I think, algae. And then there's also, we're getting this, which I haven't really ever seen, like film algae. That's new. You've got one little fishy down here. Apparently, only 3 have been seen recently, and no shrimp have been seen, which is not a great sign. I think I found either a dead one or a molt. This pothos also, has not made it. It lost its other leaf, so we're just gonna kill this guy, unfortunately. One thing that's turning out actually really well is the moss. It's actually growing where I wanted it to grow. Back here on the wood, it's not that impeded actually by algae right now, which is great because it was before. Some of the tiny plants in this pot also died off. This vine structure is very cool. Okay, so this is good. They're all from the same plant. What happened was the root just kind of rotted out. Yeah, there's no roots on this guy anymore. I'll try to grow some cuttings. These 2 guys might make it if I can get some roots on them. Got a trusty bamboo stick. There's a pothos leaf in here. That could have contributed to the dying in this population. That's not really supposed to happen. It's not a good that's not a good thing to happen. I'm not seeing any signs of snails, which makes me very sad. Low-key crustaceans and, arthropods and all that stuff more than fish. I love chili reservoirs though. They're very cute. Alright, I'm gonna try to remove the bamboo. Oh, okay, cool. It's fine. God damn. Whew. That is a shame. Yeah, it sucks that this middle portion is the only thing that is dead. Because this is doing fine, and the top is doing fine. I haven't found any information on what these green spots are. I haven't seen anything like it. What I might do is just cut it super low down when it's green again, and hope it sprouts a new leaf stalk, a new shoot on the side. So I tried figuring out why there's less, living things in the tank when I came back, right? Turns out our pH is super low and the hardness is too high. The problem with that is most solutions for increasing your pH also increase the hardness. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do just yet. And this is new. They weren't doing this earlier, but the two fish I have seen, they're just chilling at the bottom. They're alive, but this is not a great sign. Dropping food right on them to see if they react. One does. I was changing out my macro lens and bro has moved. Okay, now here's one right here. The other one, oh, they're both right there. Still, I guess he was just like chilling. So we got one there and one up here. I think these guys might be fine if I fix this pH problem. I think that's the bigger issue right now. So I went and got some snails and some shrimp. Yeah, I'm also gonna do a pretty decent water change, and I'm gonna acclimate these guys both to the water being changed out and to the water being put in. So hopefully they're okay. Alright, I've done some things to the tank. I cut off the top of the bamboo, hoping it will grow. The snails and shrimp are in the tank. Since I put the shrimp in, I haven't seen the second. I think the moral of this design of fish tank is that it can be too natural and you may not ever see your fish ever. And that also means you may know too late when there's a problem. Because, seeing how your fish and animals are reacting to water parameters is kind of important. So if you can't see them, then you can never figure that out. Good news is the fish haven't just stayed in this one corner. As I think the pH got better, they got a little more excited. So what I did was test the qualities of my tap water after it's been dechlorinated. And turns out it's a higher pH and a lower hardness, which is exactly what I wanted. So I've been doing a slow water change to get it to the proper levels, and it's getting there. This might be the most amount of organic matter I've ever had to get rid of at one time. I'm pretty pleased with where the tank is at right now. I'll do some more light work once my hands are completely healed, so I can get my hands in there. But that's pretty much the state that it's going to be at for the next 4 months, I guess. I'll see you again with another maintenance video in 4 months.